Alright, everybody, this is how I whooped NASDAQ and ES trading today. Um, let's get into it. So, literally coming into today. Okay, let's start off with NASDAQ. So, you know how in the previous video, price didn't draw into this area of liquidity at all on this order block. Not order block, on the fair value gap for um that market crash. Price ended up drawing into there, and unfortunately, I could have used that as an extra take profit, low key. Could have put it at, yeah, could have, yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about that because I just took my wins. But point is, okay, point is, price ended up drawing onto this area of liquidity where I literally said it was gonna draw to in the previous video because price is always gonna want to draw to areas of liquidity. But without further ado, let's go on into it. So today was honestly really just a weird day because one, I woke up late and I didn't even notice that we had news, but low-key that news actually helped my bias. So coming into the day, after 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 yesterday, huge market crash. I knew I tried to position myself in what would I do in a crash, right? What would you do in a crash after you crash? Like, I don't know, within like your daily habits, you would try to build it back up. I was trying to implement this mindset into the market, and it actually ended up playing in my bias very, very well. So after yesterday, I looked for shorts. Today, I'm looking for longs solely because I'm looking for price to build itself back up to sort of stabilize, not really stabilize, but really just recover from its losses quite a bit. And that's really all I needed to do. And today was honestly very, very textbook. So, I woke up pretty late and I didn't know we had news at 10. But if anything, this really helped my bias like really, really heavily. So coming into today, we had consumer confidence. We had all these little mini type of news that I don't honestly low-key made market a little bit more volatile, but overall kind of just chop city. But coming into today, we had a huge sell-off on London session right here. So I didn't mark that at all because oh, there you go. We had a huge sell-off on London session, and from there I didn't mark that because price actually came and swept out London lows pre-market. So from there I was like, okay, let me tag Asian lows and let's wipe out Asian lows and then let's continue for Asian highs. That was pretty much my whole bias for today. I didn't really mark out any 4 hour. There was really nothing to mark out on the 4 hour besides this imbalance that price ended up coming back into. Maybe we had this imbalance. I do think price is gonna want to draw into, and we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow if I take a trade. But there's really nothing else to mark on the 4 hour. Everything else is way way too high, especially due to this whole crash that happened. So from there, I was really just using the 1 hour and the 5 minute today, because today was honestly very very textbook. So coming into today, I don't even know. Oh, this was the mark from yesterday. But coming into today, we took out Asian lows, and from there we ended up having an instant bull hop, hop, pause. But we ended up having a instant bull. Ended up invalidating this 5 minute fair value gap right here, and made it into a 5 minute inverse fair value gap, which was honestly pretty good for my opinion, pretty good in my bias. Um, Looking back at this now, I literally woke up like 1 minute before news, which is actually kind of crazy because I saw it and I was like, yo, this is actually like, I looked, I was gonna rush into a trade, but I didn't realize we got a 5 minute. I didn't know, I mean, not know, I didn't see that we got a 5 minute retrace, so I was basically waiting on a 5 minute retrace before I took my entry, and this was honestly like a perfect example of always following your rules because I probably would have got stopped out if I, just kept solid and I wanted to rush a trade. But I was like, no, we gotta focus on the rules because today is not really today, but this year is really just mainly about growing. Even doing stuff that is not really in our space, we just still gotta do it and grow. But today, excuse me, made this inverse 5 minute for Valley Gap, and from there was kind of literally looking at my bias even more better. Um, we also made an SMT as well. I didn't mark this out, but figured why not. So we made this SMT after we wiped out Asian lows on ES and NASDAQ, and I was like, okay, bet this is adhering to my bias even more. Perfect. From there, literally news came out, and I was like, okay, bet can I get a 5 minute retrace, and then I'll execute from there. What do we do? Price gave us a 5 minute retrace, and what did we do? I went to the 1 minute, tried to execute from there. We had this 1 minute for bearish for value gap right here, ended up invalidating since an inverse for value gap. I was like, okay, if we can make one more for value gap, or at least tap into the inverse for value gap, it'd be pretty good for me. And we didn't end up tapping into the inverse for value gap, but instead we ended up making a new for value gap after this breaker structure right here. And this was my original breaker structure. I was gonna mark this one, but this one seemed way too low and way too easy to hit. Although they definitely would have both been hit, just something I just didn't want to mark out in general. I just wanted to mark out this higher one. Um, Ended up getting my breaker structure. Ended up creating a fair value gap literally on my breaker structure as well. And then we ended up getting a bearish. I mean, not really bearish, but uh, really get a tap back into, and then we ended up getting a rejection out, and we got not really a bullish close, and I was basically waiting for a bullish close before I targeted Asian highs, and we ended up getting a bullish close. And my trading view was literally, I think, so slow, so I didn't even get in till this, which was like a whole minute later, but ended up playing pretty well in my opinion. And from there, I was just wanting to target Asian highs. These were Asian highs right here. My lord. Okay. These were Asian highs right here. And from there, I was like, okay, bet this is gonna be pretty solid because this may look like I missed the move up, but in reality, I didn't really move. I didn't really miss anything. This is all part of my strategy. Um, Although I would be up to just trading after we shoot liquidity and a 5 minute breaker structure in the boom, but I'd rather just wait for a retrace because we did get our breaker structure. We also did get our market structure shift to the upside as well right here. We ended up getting our 5 minute breaker structure right here, and honestly, we ended up getting our retrace as well. And this was honestly very, very, very textbook because why? This is literally everything that I have in my rules, and in my strategy. And then from there, pretty much executed. Like, there's really nothing else to say here on Nasdaq besides you just got bopped, literally did bops. But what could I have done better in this situation? I mean, like I said earlier, we had that previous day for value gap from the market crash. I could have targeted that for more take profit areas and probably had Asian highs as TP1. TP2 would have been like the middle body, and the TP3 would have been like the absolute top, and then close that break even after we slept out Asian highs. Um, that is probably one thing I could have done better, was just, spread out my areas of TP more, because I knew where price was gonna want to draw to after the little crash that we had. Prices was gonna want to try to uh recalibrate, try to balance itself out. Um, from there, I think I did a pretty good job with my stop loss. Was literally underneath this fair value gap right here on this low right here, and yeah, that was pretty much it. This time I was actually looking at the 5 minute, and we ended up breaking 5 minute. Ended up market structure shifting into the 5 minute into bullish, and from there it was pretty much textbook, honestly. But yeah, onto ES. However, same thing happened for ES. We swept out London lows. Actually, with market open, we swept out London lows. We also swept out Asian lows, and then from there we made a 5 minute SMT, and then pretty much literally the same thing happened, but this time we didn't really get our microstructure shift till like here. But overall, that still played in my original bias because there we go. Overall, that played into my original bias because I didn't really take a trade until we got the market structure shift, and that's looking even better on my end. Ended up inversing this 5 minute, this 15 minute for rally gap, and then inversing it with a 15 minute invert for rally gap, which honestly makes me think that we are gonna want to go higher into other areas of past liquidity. But there we go. Okay, but onto it. I don't know why market is like that, but not market. But I don't know why my things are like that. There we go. But onto it. Pretty much same thing. Very, very, very textbook. Came down, swept lows, made a 5 minute SMT. Came up, got a retrace, and from there I was actually looking for entries, and I never found entries on this candle. I found entries on this candle, however, and that is coincidentally, not even coincidentally, but that is exactly when we broke 5 minute structure to the upside. So honestly, on my end, this was on in textbook and on paper, and in me personally, I do think this was honestly a really good trade. Um, from there, I just got into the 1 minute. We ended up making a 1 minute order block, which is this teal right here. We ended up getting a bullish close out, and that's where I entered. We also ended up making an inverse, not inverse, excuse me. Ended up making a fair value gap right here. We ended up getting a bullish retrace out of that, and I ended up entering kind of late, but my sole focus wasn't really based on this fair value gap. I was really on this order block as well, and that's where I entered off of a bullish close out of the order block. We also had this area of fair value gap right here, but this was honestly due to because we made an inverse fair value gap, and this was bullish, which was um kind of what my thought was going into this. I want to see either a retrace or a closure out, and we ended up getting the closure out. And then from there, basically I got my entry right here. I got filled right here. Targeted Asian highs. But what I could have done better again was literally just target these areas of internal liquidity. So right here, this fair value gap right here, could have targeted. Okay, there's nothing really here. Maybe this fair value gap right here, because I know price is gonna want to draw back up to this new week opening gap, but that is probably what I could have done better for my stop loss. I think I played my stop loss off pretty well. It was underneath this, I guess you could say BPR, because this is where we had the two fair value gaps overlapping. Not underneath the BPR, but on the BPR, and underneath my and right above my breaker structure, and right below, excuse me, right below these right below my two confluences that I was mainly focusing on. This was basically gonna be my safety net, and if price were to just come back down and just shift up structure, then that was just telling me that okay, we're going bearish. But other than that, took 2 wins, pretty good. Gonna journal all of these trades literally later on today, well after the video obviously, and then from there, back test later on today. I'm gonna upload on TikTok. I want to try to upload on TikTok. Um, I'm gonna try to make use of ChatGPT more. Not for trading, just for like some other stuff. But that is pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. How I got 2 wins. I'm not gonna lie, it's been rough. We've been losing, but our daily bias has been correct. We've been losing a lot on the channel, but it's okay. Learning comes with losses. Losses comes with learning. And like Gunna said, I'm due for a win. Need I say less? But that's all to the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow or next. Yeah, I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow or on TikTok. Follow my TikTok at Ezon Trades. Follow my Twitter. Um, it's mainly just like some crypto stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.